Pretty sure the movie made me a lot dumber, so I don't even have the capacity to make jokes anymore. It's just rotting my brain. It's rotting away my brain, I'm pretty sure. It's just... I watched it once and I'm becoming significantly dumber as the minutes go by. Norm of the North is an animated movie. I would not call it a kids movie. A lot of people do that. They just call them kids movies because they're animated. Listen, animation is a great genre. You know, Pixar has done countless great ones. Disney, DreamWorks has its fair share. Anime, you know, animation's not just for kids. But sometimes there's those rare movies that just not even a kid would like. You'd have to be a toddler. It'd be that shitty, those like really shitty shows you see on TV or Netflix for kids. Like there's some things that are just for kids and even like kids wouldn't like. But anyway, Norm of the North is about a polar bear who, I guess he lives up in the Canadian Arctic. Because I was going to say, what's up top? Antarctica's at the bottom. I was going to say, what the fuck's that top? And people want to, like, there's the villain bad guy who wants to build houses there, condos. Because who wouldn't want to live in a barren wasteland of ice where there's polar bears and seals casually walking around that would kill you and your house could just float away and all that? Like, who wouldn't want to live there? That makes total sense. And Norm's like, listen, I gotta stop this. I'm Rob Schneider. I know what's right to do. So he runs off to New York and makes an ass of himself to stop the bad guy. And yeah. I can't even give it a dignified plot summary fully. It's just, he goes there and people react pretty casually excited about a polar bear that can walk, talk, dance, and twerk and stuff. It's like... I'm probably not going to surprise anyone when I say this, but this movie is absolute shit. Utter crap. Basically any four-letter curse word this movie was. This is a big pile of cunt. That actually sounds awesome. But it was poop, crap, garbage. It was horrible. Horrible. This movie, the fact that it was meant for children mostly to watch is insulting to children's intelligence. I saw this movie in a fairly empty theater. At my theater, I was just like, alright, I'm working here. I might as well watch it, see what I think. And it was fairly empty. There was one family and then one other dude. And the children of that family were not entertained. They weren't laughing at the movie. And neither was I. I was sitting there horrified at the things that were being put on a giant screen for me to see. I was horrified, flabbergasted. I was just sitting there so much of the movie like, oh, like I wanted to leave. I did, but I sat through it. I forced myself to just sit there like, listen, worst of 2016. And I know it's hard to make a movie. Sometimes things don't turn out for the best. But this, like, even by the standards this movie set, the bar was so low and it couldn't even trip over the bar. It was supposed to be a direct-to-DVD movie. And yeah, like I said, it looks like that shitty Netflix kids shows. And not to shit out Netflix, but those like shitty kids shows you see that look like they were animated with like a banana dipped in paint. This movie looks horrible. Like by even animated kid show standards of like the lowest of the low, this barely passes for that. It's just horrible. If your kid was watching this for 20 minutes in the morning, that's still bad for them. This makes you dumber because it's ugly looking in a way that hurts your eyes, where it's just like, that doesn't pass. Like the animals, sometimes you can be like, the animals are okay. And then you see the people, it's like, fuck. The people in this are ugly. It reminds me of Food Fight. If you've seen Food Fight, this looks like Food Fight too. The animals look pretty damn bad. The people look worse. The locations and areas, like even backgrounds and stuff, there's no detail or anything put into the animation. It's so basic and shitty. And the movie itself is bad. It's dumb. No one's gonna believe that anyone wants to put a house in the Arctic. No one wants to fucking live there, okay? But their own logic of, like, no one's afraid of Norm, and then they are, like, there's a fucking family. The movie starts with that there's a family and a little girl runs up to Norm, the polar bear. And there's no concern. It's just run up to a polar bear, whatever the fuck. Like, apparently they don't live in the real world where, hey, we're just wandering around in the Arctic, like, randomly. We're not in a giant tour, which even no one does tours in the Arctic. We're not from National Geographic. We're just three random suburban assholes with our little kid. And she's gonna run up to a polar bear. It should have ate her fucking face off if this were the real world, but it's not, so it didn't. Instead, he's like twerking, because fuck me. And they got the popular music too. It's the really shitty music that plays on pop stations right now. The music I fucking hate. Yeah, that's what's in this movie because dumb people like it. And yeah, so he'll twerk to the really shitty pop music right now. And yeah, the logic, as I said, makes no sense, because yeah, right there, no concern, no logic, just waltz around Antarctica, whatever. It's like a fucking stroll to the store, okay? It's the same thing. But then later they'll see Norm like, holy shit, it's a fucking polar bear, run! Like, they actually act like normal people that are scared of a polar bear. Sometimes their logic isn't consistent, so it's stupid and annoying to watch. It's frustrating to watch. The villain, I think it was Ken Jeong. I thought he was annoying in the Hangover sequels. Fuck me, that was an annoying ass character. All the human characters were annoying. Every character was annoying. I didn't like seeing anyone in this movie. I would have been happy if Norm went to New York and ate everyone's fucking face and then went home. But no, it doesn't end there. The fucking lemmings, little bastards that they were Minion ripoffs. And I don't even like the Minions that much, and these guys were worse. They fucking go into a office, and because they're used to being animals in the Arctic and stuff, they're like, hey look, there's a bathroom, and they start pissing in a fish tank and farting on each other. Yeah, I'm done talking about this movie. It is ass. It's ass in every way. And Norm of the North is probably the worst animated film I may have ever seen, kids film, whatever. It's the worst. It is the worst. This one and Food Fight are like wrestling over #1 spot, so just... It's already reserved right now as worst movies of 2016. Right now this is #1 spot. It's up for anyone to be worse than this fucking shit pile. Norm of the North gets an F, a big steaming F. So anyway, I hope you guys liked that review. My hate-filled review. I put all the hate I had into it and then some, but yeah. So I hope you enjoyed that. Comment below if you've unfortunately seen Norm of the North. I don't think many people have, and if you have, there's a support group, okay? There's help coming. But yeah, so comment below if you've seen it. Tell me what you thought of it. What's your least favorite, like what's the worst animated film, kids film you've seen? This is mine for sure, but what's yours? And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.